Now,
we begin tonight at 10 with that deadly crash in Alabama. 3 people are dead, 2 others seriously injured after a single car crash that happened in Pickens County. The crash happened around 4 o'clock this evening, shutting down a portion of Highway 32. Take a look. This is the SUV that had 5 people inside. Troopers say it's unclear exactly what caused this accident. It happened just across the WCBI County line, about 14 miles from Macon. It appears that some of the individuals were ejected from that vehicle. 2 people, troopers say, were flown to UAB. The names of the victims are not being released at this time. The Alabama law enforcement agency is handling the investigation. Columbus police make an arrest in a deadly shooting. 18-year-old Shaquavis White of West Point is charged with manslaughter. Law enforcement arrested White in Clay County. He's being held without bond in the Lowndes County Jail. A preliminary hearing is scheduled early next week. Lowndes County Coroner Greg Merchant says 18-year-old Xavier Dora died in surgery at Baptist Golden Triangle. Merchant says an autopsy will be ordered. Another victim, whose name has not been released, sustained non-life-threatening injuries. The shooting happened in an abandoned house near the intersection of 17th Street and 5th Avenue South around 4:30 yesterday afternoon. Columbus Police Chief Fred Shelton says that police are still trying to piece together what went wrong. Shelton says that the investigation is in its early stage.
This wasn't a random shooting. There were at least 5 people in the house. They knew each other, and again, they were up to some type of illegal activity when an argument broke out and then shooting began.
The shooting is still under investigation. If you have any information, you're asked to call Golden Triangle Crime Stoppers.
Great to see you on our Friday evening, 10:03 here. We have no rain locally. We do have some clouds around. Let's show you those clouds at this point. Some high, thin, cirrus clouds have been thickening as we've gone throughout the course of the day. These will be with us tonight. There's a little bit of moisture in the clouds, but I don't really expect to see a lot of rainfall around here until sometime later tomorrow, probably in the afternoon. So mostly cloudy for our forecast tonight, upper 30s to around 40 degrees. The wind is light. For your day tomorrow, we're going to go with about 52, mostly cloudy. Some showers will be likely, especially during the afternoon and evening hours here. And some of this rain may be adding on up as we go throughout the course of the day here. So rain chances going on up, temperatures in the 40s by the evening, and we will get even heavier rain tomorrow night into your Sunday. We'll have that full 7-day coming up.
New tonight, an editorial in a major Christian magazine criticizing President Donald Trump is exposing political rifts in the evangelical community. And while the publication is critical of the president, one of the nation's leading preachers is coming to his defense. Courtney Ann Jackson has more.
The op-ed by Christianity Today titled "Trump Should Be Removed from Office" has been retweeted more than 30,000 times. Among those sharing it, Reverend C.J. Rhodes, who pastors Mount Helm Baptist Church in Jackson.
There's a moral and logical consistency in the argument.
Rhodes also notes that despite the picture that's been painted, not all evangelicals stand with the president.
There have been numbers of evangelicals, white, black, brown, who have been saying all along various things about this president and this presidency, but they haven't had the volume of voice because they weren't editors of major magazines.
And now,
so hopefully this will be a clarion call to others who whisper privately about their concerns and to say those publicly. Whether those persons think the president should be removed or not is not so much the issue, but demonstrating a kind of consistent moral argument about what we believe to be self-evident in Scripture about how our leaders should rule well.
First Baptist Jackson's Minister of Media and Communications sent a statement noting they'll continue praying for all elected officials as Scripture teaches. President Trump called the magazine far left or very progressive and said it hasn't been involved with the Billy Graham family for many years. Son Franklin Graham's response denouncing the editorial is also being shared more than 180,000 times on Facebook so far. He says Christianity Today has been used by the left for their political agenda. It's obvious that Christianity Today has moved to the left and is representing the elitist liberal wing of evangelicalism. Courtney Ann Jackson, WCBI News.
On the other side of the political aisle, Democratic candidates for president sparred in their 6th and final debate of this year. One of the hot topics, wealthy donors and campaign finance reform. And the evening had them taking some of their hardest shots at one of their own. CBS's Ed O'Keefe has a recap.
The morning after facing attacks from rivals at the debate, Mayor Pete Buttigieg found a friendlier audience.
Hey, that was great last night.
Buttigieg was blasted by Senator Elizabeth Warren for holding high-dollar fundraisers at venues like a California wine cellar with a chandelier full of Swarovski crystals.
Billionaires in wine caves should not pick the next president of the United States.
Senator Amy Klobuchar questioned his experience.
We should have someone heading up this ticket that has actually won and been able to show that they can gather the support that you talk about.
They're going after Buttigieg because he's leading in Iowa and surging in New Hampshire, while Warren is slipping and Klobuchar is struggling to break through.
Yes, he right now is doing well in Iowa, but so am I.
As the year ends, former Vice President Joe Biden remains near the top.
The president has to be able to unite.
He emerged unscathed from the debate, where he shared how he counsels other people who, like him, were born with a stutter.
A little kid who says, I can't talk. What do I do? I have scores of these young women and men who I keep in contact with.
That earned a swipe on Twitter from former White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders, who mocked Biden's answer. She later deleted the tweet and apologized. We should point out that as a senator, Elizabeth Warren has held private fundraisers with big dollar donors herself. And speaking of money, Bernie Sanders raised $1 million on debate day. Amy Klobuchar has raised $500,000 in the hours since the debate. Ed O'Keefe, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Back here at home, lottery sales continue to grow across the state. Data from the Mississippi Lottery Corporation shows Lee County had the 4th highest number of total sales in the state after 2 weeks of sales. Lowndes County was 7th in the state. Noctibeha County finished in the top 15. Those were the highest selling counties in the WCBI viewing area. In total sales, Mississippians bought more than $17 million worth of lottery tickets in just a few weeks.
We have had so much excitement from players all over the state. Mississippi has really made us proud. We knew people were ready and excited to play, but we really did not have any idea just how excited they are.
In our area, Choctaw County had the fewest total sales in the first 2 weeks. Several new games were also unveiled last week. And Keith, for Christmas, we actually got to try out a ticket or two.
I lost.
I did too. I didn't get anything.
Oh, well.
Hence why we're still here, right?
I'm waiting for the Powerball to get my retirement fund going here.
Yes.
All right, that's coming up next month. Showers possible this weekend, especially Saturday afternoon into our Sunday. I think Sunday's going to be a raw and wet day. You may want to do some of that holiday baking on Sunday. We may see a couple of inches of rain around here, but things will turn around nicely for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. We'll show you that next.
WCBI First Alert AccuWeather Forecast with Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson.
Winter, love it or hate it, it will be officially here at 10:19 tomorrow evening. So in about 24 hours, what time is it now? 10:12. So 24 hours and 7 minutes from now, winter begins. The first day of winter in the northern hemisphere, but it's actually the first day of summer in the southern hemisphere tomorrow. So venture on down to the south. You really want that summer-like heat. Now, around here, we'll actually moderate things as we get into early next week. Notice Monday, temperatures getting back into the 50s and 60s in the southeast. Christmas Eve day on Tuesday, 60s. Mid to upper 60s around the region for Christmas Day and even the day after Christmas as the colder weather hangs out back to the northwest. So we will have a nice warming trend as we get into the official winter season. We're watching that swirl in Oklahoma and Texas. That is our weekend rainmaker. Already some showers breaking out in Texas and down here across the northern Gulf. There's a little bit of moisture in these clouds that are with us now, but that moisture is staying aloft. It will take some time to get that moisture down here to the ground. So as we go throughout the course of the weekend, tomorrow afternoon through Sunday and Sunday night, we may squeeze out several inches. Now, some of these numbers may be a little bit high here, but lighter amounts north, a little bit heavier down to the south, but yes, we may see a couple of inches of rain around here. Check out Zeus. I love Zeus here, soaking up some sunshine. We've had some sunny days recently. Tomorrow the clouds increase. We start out in the 40s and back up into the lower 50s, probably the best case scenario here. So extensive cloud cover tomorrow during the day. And there you have it here. By the mid to late afternoon, the showers start to move back in from the south, and these will just continue to grow, spread, and really give us some rain as we get into our Sunday. So if you venture on out to church services or Sunday breakfast, it is going to be damp around here. Maybe some heavier rain here Sunday afternoon and evening into the overnight hours into the early part of Monday. So we are looking at some rain around here. Tomorrow, showers here along and south of 82, highs around 50 degrees. Farther north here for you in Tupelo, probably not a lot of rain until late in the day into the evening. So we'll just call it mostly cloudy. And over here in the West Alabama, too, lower 50s, a chance for some showers, especially in the afternoon. So widespread 50s here in Mississippi and Alabama, low to mid 50s, a little bit warmer in Dothan at 58. Here's the big picture. An area of low pressure spins up here across the Gulf. A lot of rain around the region. No thunder here, just some wet weather. And then this system exits as we get into next week. And look at all of that sunshine. Maybe some sun late Monday, but definitely Tuesday through Friday, Scott, we're looking at some pretty nice weather here. That does include Christmas Eve and Christmas Day.
And you know, I didn't even think about tomorrow being the first day of winter.
Crazy, isn't it?
It's weird. Goodness.
Time is flying.
It sure is. Thank you very much, Keith. Well, there are speaking of Christmas, 4 more shopping days, Keith, left until Christmas. You've got to start. How is your list looking? Keith's obviously not so great.
Nope.
But the gift you need to get may be closer than you think. Stay with us.
Watching WCBI News at 10 with Scott Martin.
Welcome back, everyone. The countdown to Christmas is on, and the lines of last-minute shoppers are long. But there's no need to panic if you're still looking for the perfect gift. Your Christmas solution could be closer than you think. Our Stephanie Poole hit the shops to find out more.
It's no longer a matter of weeks. Christmas is days away. While some have powered through their shopping list, others are still on the hunt for those last-minute gifts.
I'm usually done by Thanksgiving, and I'm panicking because I'm not ready for Christmas next week.
Tina Schultes wants to make sure her family wakes up with gifts under the tree. That's why she comes to Park Place Boutique and Salon in downtown Columbus.
They have stuff for children, they have stuff for men, they have stuff for women, they have pottery, they have gifts, they have wonderful ornaments.
Schultes isn't alone. Taylor McLemore says there has been a steady stream of customers in the Christmas home stretch.
Well, we haven't been able to sit down at all, so we've been going constant all day long, either wrapping or helping someone.
We're going to have sales usually daily up until Christmas, all the way from 20% off. We have half off items.
And Park Place is offering special discounts to help stuff your stockings.
We have prices starting at $5. We have gifts under $20. We carry Natural Life that we have in stock, which are really good happies for your friends. Gift cards are always a good option if you don't know what you're looking for and want them to pick it out on their own.
Not only can you find your last-minute Christmas gifts here, they also offer free gift wrapping.
You can just come in and get something for everybody.
Park Place is extending their hours from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. leading up to Christmas Day. Well, West Point police are helping Santa Claus out this year. Local children can receive gifts this weekend from their law enforcement officers. Police are still taking donations. A collection box is located at the West Point Police Department. It's first come, first serve. Children must have a parent or guardian with them. Families may also get in line Saturday at the police department starting at 9 o'clock in the morning. Captain Virginia Rich says this is part of the work officers do in the community throughout the year.
As you know, as law enforcement officers, we come into contact with children throughout the year that we see that are in need for things, and during the holiday season, we think it's important. If we can brighten a child's day or their holidays, we think that's important. We think that's important, too, for our relationship with children. We want them to grow up to be productive citizens.
Also, we hear Santa Claus is expected to be there, and he will be available for pictures with the kiddos. Holiday hoops tip off in our area. Highlights from Columbus. Tom's next in sports.
With Tom Ebel.
The best of the best from the 2019 high school football season, saving the toughest for last. Thank you, Scott. The Defensive Player of the Year. When looking over the stats, it really came down to someone who stood out. In case you missed it at 6, the leading sack man for the WCBI viewing area takes home the honor. Number 40 for Houston seemed to always find himself in the backfield. Rish Alford is our Defensive Player of the Year. third in the entire state of Mississippi with 18 sacks, 97 total tackles, 35 of them for a loss. Almost half of Rish's stops coming from behind the line of scrimmage, along with 4 forced fumbles. Rish's big season capped off an impressive career with Houston, 56 career sacks with the Houston Hilltoppers. So taking a look at our Defensive Player of the Year candidates, this was the hardest decision all week long in terms of our Player of the Year. Baldwin DB, Jacoby Williams, Louisville linebacker Christian Hopkins, Knoxville County defensive tackle Trevorce Hatcher, Rich Alford, you're the Defensive Player of the Year. West Point linebacker Tyron Orr, Starkville defensive tackle Jalen Ware, Corinth linebacker Carter Bonds, and Starkville Academy linebacker Matt Miller. All fantastic football players. Unfortunately, we had to pick one. But it's one of the best times of year here for us at WCBI Sports. Holiday hoops, school is out, but basketball never stops. Some great tournament action across the area. We go over to the Joe Horn Christmas Classic in Columbus. Heritage Academy taking on Minor out of Alabama. Carter Putt dishing the rock. There's a kick out to Adam Kasai. Hits the baseline floater. Pats up by 3 in the third quarter. Heritage again, Steele Altmaier, outlets to Reed Huskinson. Finds a slashing Jared Long, dumps it to Eli Acker. Look at that ball movement from the patch, showing off. Heritage up by 1. Minor ball, Chubb Evans back cuts for the lay-in for 2, keeping Minor within striking distance, but Heritage able to pull away along with the skip pass to Huskinson, corner triple, nothing but nylon. Heritage Academy picks up the W 52-46. In girls action, the home Columbus Lady Falcons taking on visiting Minor. First quarter, Falcons ball. Natria Berry in transition hits Bree Smith for the layup. Falcons take an early lead. Later on, Berry hits Sakura Tate in the corner. Short corner, Jay goes. That's money. Tie ball game early on, still in the first. Ania Sadler drives hard, delivers a and one dump off pass to Tate. Takes the contact, gets the bucket. Falcons take the lead here, and then on defense, Sadler intercepts the pass, hits the fast break before throwing a beautiful bounce pass to DJ Jackson. The lay-in Lady Falcons go on to dominate 56-23. In the final game, the nightcap of the Joe Horn Christmas Classic, Columbus boys facing off against Greenville out of Alabama. First pass, Trey Dismuke finds J.J. Williams, back to Dismuke, wing triple, money. Falcons up early on. Later on, Gabe Williams with the rock. Nasty crossover before he finds Ethan Connor down low for the nice finish for 2. A 9-0 run to start the game for Columbus. Still in the first, Falcons force a turnover. Willie Young gets a steal, finds Blake Burnett. Nice pass in transition for the layup. Falcons keep the lead, but here comes the highlights, folks. Before the end of the quarter, it's going to be a loose ball picked up by Young. Finds Williams, two-hand jam. That's where you get the people on their feet for the nightcap. But Greenville goes on to win at the buzzer, hitting a basket as time expired. Greenville defeats Columbus 68-66. Scott Christmas coming early for the Knoxville County Tigers. The football team surprised with a new pair of Beat headphones, courtesy of former Tiger Jeffrey Simmons. Simmons giving back to his hometown team, the former Mississippi State Bulldog, currently playing with the Tennessee Titans. Jeffrey was unable to be there as he was preparing for a big game against the New Orleans Saints coming up on Sunday. But heck of a show by Jeffrey, giving back to his guys back home. What a way to kick off Christmas. Get a nice pair of cool headphones. Why not?
Definitely. Also, if there was a couple extra pair,
hey,
hook Tom and I up, because I'll definitely take a pair. Awesome. All right, thank you very much, Tom. We'll have last week's forecast when we come back.
All right, here's our 7-day forecast. Look at that shower activity for the weekend. Sunday can be awfully wet around here, but some great weather just in time for Santa to floss his way on in here for Christmas.
Floss, fly, however he's getting
Whatever,
here. He's getting here somehow. Well, we're glad that Santa's going to have some nice weather in the rain too. Good deal. Bring your shorts, Santa, if you're watching. All right, have a good night, everyone. Have a good weekend. We'll see you back here on Monday.